art is made from whatever you can find. The children's playground, a beached fishing boat. And the finish line in their foot race is the first splash in the Indian Ocean. And it is near here where the president was brought up in an even simpler world. Samia was one of 14 children in an extended family, and she lived here. It was a very Spartan existence, and it still is. It's also where her morals and values were shaped.
This is my first mosque. Hard to believe, but it was originally built in 1107. It's where I learned about Islam from my father and my grandfather. It wasn't political doctrine. It wasn't just a way of life, but it taught me about life. Boys, we were all taught on the human rights. The rights of girls, the rights of boys, how boys should respect girls, girls which rights do they have in the Quran.
And how does it shape how you're running the country now?
Yeah, it shaped me because I knew my rights. I knew how to be educated, both religiously and academically. I knew how to behave in working places and be respected. So that came in my mind and stayed there, so I grew with it.
Not far away, her primary school.
My father was a head teacher in this school. Hello, students. I'm here for Toto. Sasa mimi nasimama mnasalimia. Mimi ningekubali leo nisingekuwa rais. Kwa hiyo msikubali, sawa?
So what did you just ask her?
Yeah, I was just telling you to do in short term was just people watching in Joe's corner. Because the history of Zanzibar is literally told through the faces of our many different people here.
And nowhere do you see that more than in the old Arab fort.
So Peter, do you hear that music? You won't find that anywhere else. It's our version of jazz. We call it taarab. It fuses African, Arabic, and Indian musical influences, and it's always brought up
System and signature suspension bridge. There's a new modern railroad system under construction that will connect the country. A state-of-the-art container port to connect Tanzania to the world. And Africa's primary killing field. According to the government's own census figures, in just 5 years from 2009 to 2014, culture emerged. Now this is Swahili. Or simply
I used to do in short term was just people watching in Joe's corner. Because the history of Zanzibar is literally told through the faces of our many different people here.
And nowhere do you see that more than in the old Arab fort.
So Peter, do you hear that music? You won't find that anywhere else. It's our version of jazz. We call it taarab. It fuses African, Arabic, and Indian musical influences, and it's always brought